there's something I've been tripping on lately. It's been brought to my attention, and I couldn't figure out why it was being brought up again. Like, what was I missing? What is the problem? And I realized I was comparing myself to an old version of myself, but almost competing with that old version of myself, in the sense that how I was seen through somebody else's eyes. Meaning, there was somebody I liked, and I got ahead of myself. And in doing so, of course, you lose your balance. And it really messed with my mental and was just a disaster. And nonetheless, this person did get me excited and did inspire me, like, without him knowing or saying anything, which is what I think added to the mental confusion. Why this more or less stranger, in other words, I hadn't known him my whole life, it wasn't anything like that, could evoke such emotions from me. And I found myself wanting to be the best version of myself, and loving myself more, honoring myself more, taking care of myself more, which I thought was amazing and fascinating, just because it was interesting, where I've been told I've helped others do that, but I've never experienced that from another, or with another, or had that like trigger like that. And nonetheless, it never worked out, and always fine, right? Like, I've learned a tremendous amount from that about myself and my own habits, my own autopilot, my own many lessons. And nonetheless, I had heard from him recently, and it just was a random reach out, and I'm no longer in his area, and that was that. He didn't really continue the conversation and left it at that, and went about my life, because that's what it was. It was always like that. It was just a pop in, pop out. You never know when he's going to come, when he's going to go. And it's not good for my mental health for that, to go reaching and searching and implying, and no need for any of that. Well, randomly, they have brought that back to my awareness. And I keep thinking, why? It took me so long to move along. I still feel like I'm trying to move along. What's the problem? Please don't have me spiral backwards. That would be insanity. Literally, I would check myself in, like, come on. And thank God I'm not. I'm totally calm and not spiraling backwards. But it just they just flashed me all scene where I had moved on with my life, was with somebody else. I was actually married and everything and happy. And then they flashed me a scene of him, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And it was kind of like, I guess the tug I felt, the snag I felt, well, at that point when I was married, it actually was flat. It wasn't good or bad. It just was flat, which was good. But the scene prior to that, right, all the other ones I told you, they kept popping in. It was this like snag, although they still had me with somebody else. And I was like, what is it? And I was like, because I really liked where I was at in my growth journey when I had met this gentleman. Where, is that what you're even showing me? I don't think I realized that until I'm saying it out loud now. I was on such a forward trajectory with my growth that I think he actually ended up stalling it, although I thought I think I was giving him credit or attributing things to him, but he was more like practice. In other words, I was able to stay present. I was able to stay aware. I was able to, and yet there was plenty of times where, what is that? Sorry. Where I wasn't either, or I was flying ahead. So maybe that's what they're showing me. It was supposed to be practice, but I got like too attached or too comfortable or too far ahead of myself. Many of things. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by many things, and I'm trying to stay on point because I feel like it was good, this like little circle they showed me where sometimes we'll keep ourselves stuck competing with past versions of ourselves because we were in the illusion that past version was somehow better than our now version. Oh, shit. Which is what I have done most of my life. I have done that most of my life. Remember, they kept showing me, and I'm pretty sure I put out a post or I recorded one about, there have been many a times in my life, it almost seems like every 5 or 10 years, where I'll see old photos of 5 or 10 years prior to that. And it's this sadness comes over me that I didn't love myself more at that time. And then I hold on to that sadness of what back then for another fucking 5 years, only to then look back and it's like, at what point are you going to catch up to the present moment and stop looking back, right? You'll turn to salt, you'll cry, or you're wasting more time. You're wasting your present. Your present is the present moment. The gift you're given is right here, right now. The only power you have, the only time that you can do anything with. So, damn. And so, yet again, that occurred. It's like I get stuck. It's like I like something or I'll see. Well, in this case, it was, I'm sorry. It's just interesting how they're weaving it for me and showing me over here a little differently than I realized, where it was like I was catching up to speed because I was on such a growth journey at that time and really was making strides at that point because I had been on the journey for a good at least 10 years by then. And and so it was like I was catching up to speed, and he was good practice, but then it's like slowed me down because I ended up getting stuck like on wanting something, like the wrong thing, something that could not be, or something that wasn't coming into fruition or wasn't really up to speed to me, up to my current desires. Maybe that's it too. It was like, he filled a past version of what I would have desired, and that time had come and gone, and yet it's something, it's all of this. I'm sorry, it seems like they're showing me a lot more right now than I was aware. I find it interesting because you've heard me talk about that before. Sometimes like a manifestation will come, but it'll come so late in the game that I'm like, I'm past that. I don't want that anymore. But you brought it, and I like it. Okay, so should I go back and get it? Like, what's happening here? And, oh, God. I was going to say that I need my own personal guide, and they all were like, you've got to fucking be kidding me. I guess that's why I have so many, because I do need so many. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. It's like it's catching me up to speed and fucking keeping me up to speed. That's it. It's catching me up to speed and keeping me the fuck up to speed. That's it. That is it. It's like that is it. Shit. That is it. I catch up to speed, but then I get comfy cozy. And so it's like I slide back, but I'm not sliding back. I'm just stopping. But nothing else stops. Time stops for no one, right? Like everything else keeps going. But I've stopped. It's like I'm enjoying what is. But as more is going by, does this make sense to anybody? Remember they were showing that conveyor belt at one point? It was kind of that. And then it's almost like I get unstuck, or I wake up, or however you want to say it. And I'm like, Mother of God. And I race right up to the front again. And I'm like, okay, whew, that was a lot to catch up here. All right, let's sit down and relax and enjoy. Only for it to happen again. Oh, God. It's like, I either have to accept that's who I am, or I have to figure out a new game plan, or get over it, or be okay being left behind. Oh, is that it? God damn, they're throwing a lot in this one. As soon as I said that, they said bingo, because I always feel like I'm getting abandoned. I got upset with the universe earlier. Oh, shit. That must be part of it. Was it today? God knows, I really have a hard time with time. I don't know if it was today or this week or this month, but it was recent. I got really upset. And so I turned to the universe and was like, I wasn't upset with the universe, but I was upset and my feelings were hurt. And I was like, I think you forgot me. No, for real. Like, I feel like you just were fucking with me because you made promises that have not come to pass. And I've been more than patient and more than whatever. And I said that. I said, I think I've gotten to the point where I've accepted everybody else abandoning me. And I've even forgiven myself for abandoning myself more times than I'd like to count. But you too, I thought you were the one I could really count on. I thought you were the one. But shit. Even you, huh? So it's just stories we tell ourselves, right? That's the wrong story to tell ourselves. But that one clearly stings. Sorry, I don't mean to. I'm trying to hold it back here. And shit, so that's what it is. It's like I keep racing to the forefront so that I don't get abandoned, but I'm so fucking tired. That I get there and I think I can relax. And I cannot. Not if I don't want to feel like I'm left behind. You know, I have to keep present, keep up to speed, keep alert, and it's like, I don't know that I want to live life like that. So then I got to get over that lie. I have to bust through that lie, that illusion. That illusion has had me spinning on a rat race. That's the ego lying to me, right? That's the ego telling me that story that based on our experiences. So it's just trying to protect me, right? It's not trying to wear me out. It's not trying to hurt me. It's trying to do the opposite. It's like, I love you too much, and it's been so hard and painful, so we can't go through that anymore. I'd rather you be tired and pushing yourself than be abandoned again. That's terrible. It's terrible, you know? It's like, it's just sad is what I'm saying, right? It's like every time I think I've healed that wound, it just seems like a new shard shows up. And so it's just me having to tell my ego the truth. That's just not true. We were never abandoned. We abandoned ourselves. We made the choices we did. Others made the choices they did. Nothing to do with abandonment. It's always it's the big one's my mother, you know. That's where it all stems from. Those lies. Man, there's lots of them. I mean, talk about pulling out shards of lies all over the place. Jiminy crickets. Very interesting. So what was the straight line message? See, sometimes they do this just for me. That's why you get some of them and not all of them. But I feel like sometimes these are beneficial for others to hear. I don't know if I can even see I don't know that there was a straight line. I feel like whatever they brought me on for was to get me here. Or maybe that's the message too. Like sometimes we just have to listen and we have to follow the nudges and we have to allow our mind to go to the painful spots. That was what it was. I had been sick to my stomach. I had been upset. I had been trying to figure out what the hell is bothering me. And they did keep showing me this person's face. And I kept pushing it away because I'm like, oh, we're not going back there again. I'm not going through all that again. That was really challenging for me to get over. That was really challenging for me. And just because of me, it's always because of us. We're always causing our own pain. We're causing our own pain by the stories we're telling ourselves. And when we can't get clarity on things, some of us have such a vivid imagination. Holy Moses, Jiminy Crickets. The stories I can come up with, if I told you some of the theories that my mind conjured up, you would be like, what the fuck? But even to this day, I don't know if any of them are correct, if they were my imagination or visions, because they were all coming through so much at that time that, I don't know. Never got truth and clarity on much of any of it. So we scare ourselves into a fright with stories and lies and ties and binding and all types of nonsense. And you got to just let it all fall down. Just let it all fall down. Get back to the present moment, right? And rest in the present moment, but in truth, in clarity. And that we're not racing to catch up with a past version of ourselves. Oh, that's what it was. That's what had come on. It was that feeling that evoked throughout me that I was attributing to that person. Though we can influence others to be their best selves, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, sometimes it's for the wrong reasons. And this was for the wrong reasons because it was having me look outside myself, right, to get that feeling from another, when it was a feeling that was generated inside of me. And that desire for me, and I'm not saying that's not bad when you're married or when you get to that, but this was well before any of that. And so it was having the wrong associations in my mind, confusing me, having me leave me, abandon me, chasing outside of me. No. We've learned that. I've learned that the hard way. Hopefully you all don't learn it the hard way. Yet we do. We all do. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.